Alright, we are back with another card specs.
Except we're totally not, because this isn't hipster enough for my blood.
Well, there you have it.
Oh, fine.
Where we talk about cards that are good, bad, or something we just found on the street.
What is this? I don't even...
Today it is not one of those ones.
It's not any of those, I think.
You know, sure? You don't think this card's good?
No, I don't think it's good. I think it's great.
Fair enough. The card we're talking about is, of course, the Palastrunk himself.
Swordsman of the explosive flames, Palamedes.
Yes. Also known as the father of the Palamedes.
Go away, son. I'm on camera.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say he has earned his name over the times.
Yeah.
Back when he was first released, he defined what it means to be a rear guard.
It's true. He's pretty
He
great.
was the first thing that just made it so piss easy to hit those 21k rear guard lanes and just steamroll you.
So hard.
He's such a big influence that we've never had anything like him printed ever again.
It's like even the closest thing to it
They
isn't as
scaled
good.
back everything 2 stages just to avoid a repeat.
Like the closest we even have to it is Dual Axe Dragon, which is his thing for another time. And even
At least in the
it's
same set, even.
yeah, it was even in the same set.
Then,
And even
by
it's not
comparison, it was so terrible.
in comparison to this guy. I guess we should go over his skill.
Yeah, well, when he attacks, if you have 2 or more grade 3 Royal Paladins in play, plus 3k in either the Vanguard or rear guard slots. And, well, if he's a rear guard, obviously you already meet those conditions.
If he's a rear guard, you have a Vanguard who's grade 3, is therefore, he's just 13. Basically, that means if you have a Royal Paladin Vanguard, gets plus 3 when he attacks.
And why the fuck wouldn't you? So yeah, he gets to be Xbox just by existing, and that's kind of stupid.
Never heard of that term used like that before.
Xbox, huge. But we're not here to talk about old memes. We're here to talk about Palamedes.
Where am I? What is this?
But yeah, that's really all you need to know about him. He's a 13k attacker if you have a Royal Paladin Vanguard.
And he's the best Vanguard anyway himself.
Because if you have a grade 3 rear guard, in which you probably will, you have 7 others in the deck. It's like he's plus 3. It's too good.
One of the things that made that deck so freaking powerful was that you could draw your grade 3s in any order and it wouldn't really matter. I mean, yeah, you get slightly less power from a rear guard Alfred and a Vanguard Palamedes than you do in the reverse situation, but it's still completely manageable.
Because you still get to use Alfred's summoning ability, and Palamedes is still 13. It's like, whatever.
Completely flawless in an age where nothing else was. Except Tsukuyomi.
Uh-huh. Shameless plug here. But yeah, it's...
And he hasn't declined in usefulness either.
Anything, he's shown himself to be better.
The only Royal Paladin deck he's strictly bad in is Jewel Knights.
It's Jewel Knight. And it's
that's for obvious reasons.
And it's because he's not a Jewel Knight.
And they don't really play 8k boosters, so he doesn't reach the 21 that he actually needs to be relevant. And they can do all that themselves. But even then, Jewel Knights are generally accepted as worse than the alternatives in Alfred or Majesty Lord Blaster or Sanctuary Guard Dragon.
Oh, Majesty Lord Blaster. That's a thing for another time too, but we'll wait on that.
How high has this guy's price tag gotten?
Last time I saw him, he's still around 25.
Yeah, even Alfred and Soul Saber Dragon, and even MLB now, those are around 12, right?
Alfred's around 15, Soul Saber's about 10. And MLB has dropped between 16 and 20.
So yeah,
It's
the
like-
only thing that has just consistently stayed where it is and just isn't budging, I'd say that's a pretty big accomplishment, especially for this game.
Yeah, he's relatively old, but he's still like best option Royal Paladins
They
has.
never reprint him because they're trying to phase him out, but they're bad.
Yeah, Boudreaux is good and bad at this one thing. It's making cards phase out. It's like on the one hand, they can do it, but on the other hand, they can't, depending on what the card is. Like, they phased out the end pretty well. It's all but useless when future sets come out. But this guy, it's just too good.
What do you do to nerf something without a condition in the first place?
Yeah.
You just don't.
It doesn't have a condition. You're not going to stop it from being good unless you change his text.
And they don't do that.
So it's not going to happen. It'll just be the other Vanguard that in every Royal Paladin deck except for Jewel Knights. Well, that is one way to get rid of them. It's make Jewel Knights good.
I suppose, but then they'd have to give Royal Paladins support, and they can't have that.
It's a funny little wheel we live on. They want to get the Palamedes gone, they have to make something bad good by giving it support that they don't want to give it.
Life's a bitch.
Well, it is a bitch, but it's funny sometimes. Well, I guess you can tell by our raving about how good this thing is. I think we don't even need to go into final thoughts.
I have one final thought. I like his horns.
Well, yes, his horns are pretty great.
He is a salamander.
Yes, he is.
That's kind of out of place too.
Yeah, he's a salamander in the Royal Paladins. Usually those
There
things
aren't
are...
a whole lot of those in the entirety of United Sanctuary, actually.
Nope. I mean, they're...
Has like the others.
I think the only place where you see them mostly is in Kagero.
Yeah.
Because the Airmo stuff is all salamanders and stuff like that.
And Narukami.
And Narukami's
because
have them too.
they're Diet Kagero.
Yeah, it's
Except
like
not.
it's mostly found in Dragon Empire. So him being here is a very big oddity.
He's
Man,
different.
if Kagero had an actual Palamedes.
Let's not give Kagero a bigger ego than it already has.
Kagero too good forever then. So, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Use him. If you're not using Palamedes in your deck, you're either unable to afford him or you're just bad.
And I guess that's fine. I mean, they've got about 10 billion other cards that serve similar purposes.
Yeah, it's okay if you can't afford him, but if you can afford him and you had no reservations about buying, cheaper things, just do it. Just buy it. Just get the Palamedes. It's too good. I mean, we don't usually rave about cards like this, but he doesn't have a drawback. He's a 13k if your Vanguard is a Royal Paladin. That's effectively what his ability is. It's like, you can't do better. Even if you tried.
Done.
Alright, I guess that's it for this Cards Next. Like always, if you have anything to say about it, or any card you want to have on the thing, feel free to... Wait, Elliot's turned into a tiger. Feel free to comment below. Again, we ask it to be cards that exist. Otherwise, I can't really tell you if they're good or not. Because you can't play cards that don't exist yet.
We can proxy them, but it's not the same.
So you can rock them, but it's like we have to go through tournaments and actually try them. Just thought I'd let that be known. Just in case you wonder why we added that to the end of the video.
Yep.
Bye, everybody. Where's that Elliot?
I have returned.
There he
except
is.
not.
Bye, Elliot.